just here getting ready to wash dishes, and I thought I will show you in a short video, and also to practice more how to make these videos. I thought I'd show you how I wash my dishes, the off-grid way. 'Cause we don't have running water right now, so I am going to wash them in some containers that I set up here. I warmed my water in my wood stove, and I set up my. I have 3 containers. This it's for soaking the dishes. This will be the first rinse, and this is the last rinse. And to the last rinse, I add some vinegar to help kill some bacteria. You know, when you wash dishes in a regular sink with running hot water, it's easier to I guess I don't know. They're cleaner. The hot water helps with washing off the extra bacteria on the dishes that just because it's running, did not sitting in dirty water. And even though this will be the last rinse, and it keeps clean for a little bit. So I add some vinegar because the dishes will be sitting here. It's not like running water when you just rinse and pass them quickly to the running water and it just washes off. So I just probably a half a cup of vinegar to just to make sure. I know my father-in-law, I think he uses a little bit of bleach in his water. I don't like bleach. I stay away from it as much as I can. We don't use bleach really. So I feel it's safer to clean with vinegar dishes, and especially since my hands are going to be submerged in the water. So vinegar is safe. So I have the water on. My stove is on. It's lit. You see, I have a fire going. But this side of I have a very beautiful stove, but it's also a very old stove. It's from the 1800s. So this side of it gets hot, especially, but the first burner against the wall, that's the hottest. It's like, it's a wood stove, but I get to know my stove pretty well, and I know how it works. The back burner will be the high heat. This is medium heat. This burner here is medium heat, and this will be the burners over here get to be low heat. It's just the way it works. It has a very small firebox. It doesn't heat up all the wood stuff. I'm sure when they first made it, I'm sure it worked good, and it heat up all, because it has a water tank at the end. See this? It's the water tank, but it doesn't heat to the end anymore, which is another. I've learned to use that as a good thing, because at this end of the stove I can use it as a counter space. I even I find a very nice flat stone. Well, I have a container here now, but it has a flat stone that I use for making my tortillas, rolling my tortillas, cooking there. So this area I can even, as you see, I have plastic in here. Even though this is a wood stuff, I can safely put some plastic when I'm cooking. I use that as a counter space. So it works good. I can be washing my dishes while I think this is the oven. One day I'll make a video especially how to use a wood stove and how it works and how my stove works. And so it works good. It will keep me warm. This area here is warm where I'm gonna be standing up and keep my knees warm, especially with this cold outside. It keeps me warm while I do my dishes. Okay, so here I have my soaking water. I'm gonna put my dishes in there to soak. I have here my lots of their dishes. I'll put them in here. Okay, I have my dishes, my this tub full of dirty dishes soaking, and then from here I'm gonna be washing them. Put them here for the first rinse. Have here my warm water, and then this will be the last rinse. And I already have here my soapy water. I make soapy water. I also sometimes use a bar of soap, just rubbing the sponge on my bar of soap for washing dishes. So just gonna put it. I'll put it here so it's easier since I'm gonna be starting to wash over here. So and this is what I do. Just don't worry, I'm not having you here until I finish all my dishes, but just so you see what I do to wash dishes, just in case someone is curious about. Not that I'm gonna teach you how to wash dishes, but just so you're curious what we doing while we don't have running water. But there's always a way. There's always a way to do things, and like I said, when we first when our running water stopped working, it feels kind of hard because you get used to it, and it gets hard to go back and do it this way the old ways. This is how I grew up washing dishes. Of course, we didn't have to warm up because I guess I'll work while I talk. That way, like I have a friend here and talking. So when we used to wash the dishes like this, growing up, we did not have to warm up water because I grew up in Mexico. That's why I have this strong Spanish accent. So in Mexico, we didn't get this cold weather. It didn't snow. It was always nice, warm, and pleasant. The trees never lost their leaves. I remember when I first got here and I saw the trees without leaves, I thought, oh, what a shame. Look at those beautiful big trees. And they're dead. They died. They just died. And that was in the fall. I didn't know. And at school, I don't remember. They taught us how trees change with the seasons. So the first time was a shock when I saw the trees without leaves, because I grew up, it was basically like tropical weather, all nice, and so it was so like I said, I mean, over there it was easier to wash dishes. You just fill up your buckets and you don't have to worry about. But here it's freezing, and the water, this is rain water. It's freezing in the spring too, because winter is just ending, so the water is still so. It's cold outside with freezing water. It's not a good combination to wash dishes. That's why I had to warm it up. And also the warm water helps with rinsing off the grease on the dishes, so that's early too. Not only so the cold water is not so hard in my hands, but it also washes off the grease together with the soap. So then once this is full, and once my first rinse is full, I have to pass them to the second rinse. Because it gets so soapy. See if I can get you better. Oops, sorry. Let me fix the camera a little bit more. too. I'm gonna put it in this lost rinse. That, remember, it has some vinegar in it, and that way while they soak, they also, the vinegar helps with killing some of the bacteria and the okay, so that one's full. You don't have to empty right away, and it's good for it. They soak in vinegar for a little bit, so then I can wash some more. And I don't have to worry about splashing my stove because, like I said, it's lit, so it dries right away, so it doesn't get rusty. The fire will dry it up, and let me put some more wood so it keeps burning. I just add some little pieces. Okay, that way it stays lit, and it helps warm up the kitchen too. Okay, now this one's full again. Now because this is full and this is my first rinse, and I had to put it in the last rinse, so now I do have to empty that. And for that, I have my dish rack here ready. See if I can get you to it. Okay, I have set up this dish rack. I have it just on a wooden bench, and put a towel to catch the water that is draining from the dishes. Okay, let's get some more. Oops, I almost put it aside. It's hard when making a video. It distracts you from your okay, now this is my last rinse. This is full now. It will be soaking there while I wash some more. This will be soaking here in the water with vinegar in the last rinse. Well, I have one more. When I run out of dishes here, I have a few more. I get some more to soak them. I went to get more dirty dishes. Get them to soak. When I wash my dishes, I try to do it in a. I have a organized way of doing it, and that's the way I do it. I try to start washing the dishes that are first not so dirty, not so soiled, so my water doesn't get so dirty so quick. So that's why I start with the cups and the plates that don't have so much food in them. No, they don't. Of course, they have extra food in them, or like some little pieces of leftover. I scrape it off in the chicken bucket. We have a chicken bucket there, or a compost bucket that I just scrape off the dishes before I put them in the soaking water. After I have washed my dishes, my cups and plates that are not so dirty, then I can wash my pots. I always leave my pots and pans for the end, because that way, even if the waters are a little bit cloudy, dirty, getting dirty, then it doesn't really matter much, because I'm gonna use my pots and pans on the fire. So when I use them on the fire will kill and sanitize the pots and pans some more. I even put them to dry when I wash my pots and pans. I put them to dry on top of my wood stuff, and the fire dries them, and also, the fire kills the bacteria. So they will still be rinsed in the vinegar water, except my cast iron, the cast irons, those I won't. I will not submerge in the water with vinegar. They're cleaned in a different way. So, but my an enamel or a stainless steel pots and pans, those I just wash the way I wash the other dishes. I submerge them into vinegar and put them to dry and the wood stuff, so that the fire like I said, it sanitizes them. And when I have, we are a family of 5, so when I have a lot of dishes, especially on Sundays, we just eat quickly breakfast in the morning. We get ready for church. We run out the door, and then when we come back, it's time for lunch. So we get more dishes dirty. So yeah, there's a lot of times that my sink is just full to the top and heaped with dirty dishes. So when I have a lot of extra dirty dishes, sometimes I have to change my water 2 times. I set up the first container with clean water for the first washing, and then if I see that it's getting too dirty, too cloudy, too now, or like my first rinse gets too soapy, it's no longer rinsing, then I dump the water out. Well, I do because the last rinse always stays cleaner for a little longer. So my last rinse, then it will be the soaking water. I switch it. The soaking water, I dump that out, and sometimes my second rinse too, I dump it out because it got dirty. But this one, the last rinse, I'm usually able to save it for to use it again. So this one, I just switch it. This I will put for the soaking, and then and then I just fill up my second and my last rinse with clean water. I don't know, it's kind of confusing. I mean, it's just rotate it. I rotate, and the dirtiest water, I dump it outside and put more. This one goes at the beginning for soaking, and then these 2 last containers get filled with clean, fresh water. And I add a little bit more vinegar on the last one because this will be rotated to the beginning of my row. And this is how I wash my dishes. The first video I was trying to make, I made a mistake and said I was gonna put my dishes in my dishwasher. Well, I'm the dishwasher, and this is how I wash my dishes. As you can see, no, it is not electrical modern dishwasher. It's me with my pails, and it's, it's relaxing washing dishes. Actually, when you first think of it, oh, I have to wash all those dishes, like, oh, I know. But then once you're on it, it's relaxing, and I try to that's why I try to put you see, let me see if I can show you what's on the front of my wood stove. So here, this is what I put in my, I have this little prayer. It says, give us this day our daily bread. And I have a other one here that says, God bless our home. I have a picture here of Jesus and a little statue of Mary. I have this little reminders of, because when I'm busy and I'm just, while I keep washing my dishes, I can be facing there and just say my little mental prayers. And as I work, I pray, like Latin phrase says, ora et labora, work and pray. That's what I do. My house is full of little prayers, little images. I have a beautiful kitchen prayer. And see, I'm Catholic. You probably will see me mention it before. Not that I do not want to start a discussion about religion. No, it's just I mention it because that's what I am. That's who I am. That's part of me. I'm just mentioning it as part of, not to stir up any water. I have enough dirty water here. So no, I'm just telling you this is what I do. This is what helps me. As I'm busy, that's what helps me to, okay, my body here on earth is busy doing these earthly things like washing dishes, but my mind, those things, this little, like Jesus and those things help me lift my mind and my heart to heaven. They don't have to stay here soaking in dirty water. No, the heart and the mind does go up to heaven. To spend time thinking of Him and the body, what the body works over here. It says that your soul should be in charge of your body, not your body in charge of your soul. And of course, we still have to work here and stuff. But so that's why I have these. I think someone one day told me, but they have called me a idolatrous because I have all these. They're not idols. They're just little sacramentals, little reminders of that there is something more in heaven. This earth is not all it is. So they have called me that, and they also call me fanatic because I have a lot of images. It is not that I am fanatic. It's not that. No, it's just like I said, it's little reminders throughout the house. Like when sometimes I'm sweeping, I'm cleaning, I'm getting tired, and then I stop to catch my breath, to take a little, and whenever I stop, I know I'm gonna be facing either a picture of Jesus, a little prayer, or a crucifix, something that reminds me this is what I do, and because I want to serve my family, I want to serve God to my family, and even though it's hard, of course, washing dishes this way and all that. I mean, well, it's not that hard, but it's, of course, I will prefer, if you ask me, I will prefer having running water. And each night I pray, God help us to fix our problem with the water, with running water. I pray. It is okay to pray for the things you need or you think you need, but meanwhile, you just cheerfully do, or at least try to be cheerful. well, you do what you have to do, and this is what I have to do now. This is not a situation that I willingly put myself into. Although, like I say, I grew up on, and I like it. It's just, like I said, the body sometimes complains, but this is what I'm doing. So yeah. So this, I try to find ways to make my load easy, and so I just wanted to share that with you this morning. I hope you understood what I said. Like I said, I'm just learning to make these videos just to share with you. Not that I want to teach you anything, not that I want to preach to you. It's just sharing my daily life with you, friends. Because I don't have any friends here. I live out in the country. I don't see many people. Yesterday we did get to visit some very nice friends, but it's not often that happens. So that's what I share with you. And that's what I share part of. Just, if you can learn anything from me, that's great. If no, it's just for entertainment, just curiosity. But don't, if you I see something that you don't like, that you don't agree with it, well, you don't have, no, of course you don't have to agree. You don't have to just forget it, just ignore me, just keep on. There's a lot of more interesting things, or just, yeah, we'll just be friends, and we don't have to agree with anything. And a lady one day sent to me a message, and she said, well, I don't agree with a lot of the things you say, but I respect you, and that's great. I mean, I'm surprised that there are a lot of people that agree with or like some of the things I say, because I'm not a very ordinary person. I mean, I have my ideas, my sometimes crazy ideas, the way I do things, just the way I grew up. I grew up, like I said, in a different country. Each country has their own culture, their own way of doing things, and just this is my little way that I want to share with you. And I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.